out there today, guys? This is your man, Rush Sanders. And today, guys, we're right here on the scene in Lawson Terrace. Right here, K, Texas. Beautiful patio. And today, guys, I have a very, very special guest, Mr. Gion Thomas, Rotate.
How y'all doing, everyone?
What's Gion? What's going on? Man, glad to have you on the show, man. I know we're talking today because we have this YouTube channel thing, but this is the very first time you've been on the damn show.
Exactly, man.
Man.
Yeah.
Glad to have you on.
Yes, I love being on, bro. Yes.
Well, how's everything been going with you?
Everything's been going good. Like we had the winter freeze and trying to pick up with life and all of that. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good and the bad, always with life.
I mean, and here's the deal. Just to dive right into it, guys. 2 weeks ago, exactly 2 weeks ago, millions were without power. Millions were without power. That also took the life of dozens of people. Who do we blame? Who do we blame with this? Accountability and responsibility. So who took the responsibility for where our failed power grid went down and left people without water, without power, not 1 day, not 2 days, not 3 days, but some, maybe 5 or 6 days.
There's still people without power.
Come on.
And that's the thing that people don't understand. Like, this information's not getting out. There's a lot of people that are still going without, that have ice damage from the water, that water leaking through. It's asinine how the ball was dropped by elected officials, by the ESCOT, all of them. Like, they just left us out. Like,
ERCOT are the people that actually manage the power system. Okay, guys? So, as far as this problem, we were warned in Texas about this problem many years ago, maybe a decade ago, about our system. But we failed to do the right things because at the end of the day, Texas had not seen such low temperatures in quite some time.
20 years, I think.
20-something years or more.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Back in the 90s.
You're talking about temperatures reach, 15 degrees, 19 degrees? And some people had to pay for that in death, unfortunately. Because while we were sitting at home, freezing, trying to get candles, your senator of Texas, Ted Cancun Cruz, is taking a trip while you and your family were sitting at home, trying to get water, trying to get power, and he's in Cancun. But what was his excuse? What did he say?
He threw his daughters underneath the bus. Okay. What kind of feckless man throws his daughters underneath the bus?
Wow.
I mean, no backbone, no cojones, no nothing. He just, and then when it came out, the evidence came out, one of his neighbors leaked that it was him and his friends, and they were all just going to take a trip.
Taking a trip. Really? You take it? No, we saw you. You know what you did? Oh, you rushed right on back. Rushed right on back. And then days later, I saw you handing out water. Really? It's too damn late. The proof is in the pudding. You traveled where your constituents were at home, freezing, dying, without power or water. What does that make? Nobody really wanted to take responsibility. You had Governor Abbott on Fox News lying. Lying about the reason why the power grid failed. And he told all the greatest lies. So what did he say? What did he actually say? He went on Fox News and said it was about solar. He didn't tell the truth.
No. One of Greg Abbott's lies that he told to his constituents and the Texas people that it was due to the windmills. He said the windmills froze. When Texas, our grid is mostly ran on, 90% of our grid is ran on oil and gas. So that was a complete failure on oil and gas. And for him to try and blame windmills, it's just complete. It's a lie. It's disingenuous.
Yes.
Just another way that our elected officials is just failing us.
Unfortunate. And to bring up doing the same storm, guys. We have an 18-year-old, Rodney Reese. Yes. Okay. Rodney Reese was walking home from Walmart. Nighttime, probably 7 or 8 o'clock, somewhere around that time at nighttime. I forgot the time. I know it was in the evening time. Because someone said he was stumbling, was walking and stumbling. But does that sound like he was walking while black and the cops came to mess with him? Or what do we always say? He looked suspicious. He looked suspicious. So, granted, this 18-year-old man was walking home from work. In Plano, Texas, where it was cold.
During the freeze. The man is walking on ice. Of course you're going to stumble. And for people to just not even take that into consideration, and you just call the cops, and then just the fact that the cops were sent out instead of someone sending out like a mental health worker or something of that matter, because cops always escalate. They never de-escalate.
They escalate the problem.
They escalate the problem. Yes.
And here's my whole deal about the whole situation, guys. These cops, right? These cops, instead of saying, "Hey, can we give you a ride home?" they continue to follow this young man and harass him.
Yeah.
And he just said, "I'm trying to get home. I'm trying to get home." But instead of taking him home, you know they took him. They took him to jail. Okay? 18-year-old young man. And so they even tried to file charges. But immediately they were dropped a couple of days later. So was he walking while black? Was he just harassed for anything? This just lets you know where the police are still in our country. Instead of taking this young man home, that they thought he didn't have a jacket.
I didn't have a jacket.
Instead of taking him home, you arrest him. Arrest him. I don't get it. I want to get it. That really made me very angry about that situation. This young man had to walk home during that time of night, and instead of someone helping him, chose to do the opposite. They chose to take him to jail.
Smart. And just once again, this is just a failure of the system. Instead of them doing right by him, instead of them helping him out, they followed him for 2 minutes and just harassed him. It's just a complete breakdown of our system, and that's why
Of course.
that's why we need accountability. That's why we need people. We need mental health workers to help people like that. Yeah, I mean, just to check on him, not even to arrest him or anything like that. We just need a better system.
We need a better system, better accountability, better responsibility for the people that say they're protecting our lives. At the end of the day, are you protecting our lives or you come to take us?
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move on from that because the more I talk about that, it just stings me. It makes me very mad. But I can't hold on to that. We have to talk about other things that are very relevant to today's time, where we are today. Let's talk about the news from a year ago about this COVID situation.
Yes, it has been 1 year since March 1st, 2020 was the first recorded death of COVID-19.
Yes.
And so it's a year now, and Texas is now beginning to open back up fully. Next week, Texas will be open up fully. That is what Governor Greg Abbott said. And so, to me...
Remember, I'm sorry, this is who some of you guys have voted for. Remember, election year, it's around the corner. It's next year. So, I'm going to use your word. What is the word that you use for this situation?
This is a asinine situation to open up at full capacity, 100%, and not even have regulations of masks. To me, that is a complete failure of leadership. That is an asinine move, especially when in a couple of weeks you have spring break. So you're gonna have
Oh wow!
You're gonna have a lot of young people out there. You're gonna have people spreading it, and you're gonna have the numbers are gonna go back up. And the thing is, we only have a small percentage of people that have been vaccinated in Texas. So we don't even have enough people for the herd immunity.
And I think you guys are not thinking about that. What is the reason behind this? So it has to be a reason. All of a sudden, I have a big announcement. So this was your big announcement to open up Texas to the full 100% capacity. I don't even know if people were notified. I don't even know if some of the agencies in Texas were notified. And so here, you got people that were already didn't want to wear a mask. So this gives them, oh, I'm not wearing a mask. So this has already given them the claim to feel like I'm good. The governor said it's a done deal. But no, guys, do not fall into the buffoonery or the foolishness of that. I would advise you to continue to wear your mask for the safety of your family, self. I just really want to know how this is going to how this is really going to go. This is going to be very crazy. We're coming up on spring break, like you said, and I think that we're not really thinking about the aftermath of this whole damn situation.
We're not, and for our elected officials to not look that far ahead in advance, it's just once again complete failure. I don't understand what is wrong with these people. How can you not try and? Why are you not thinking for the best interest of your constituents, of these people? I mean, COVID is a real thing. People are dying. People are steady dying. Yes, the numbers have lessened since we do have the vaccines out, but that is not enough. It's not enough. And until it affects you personally, that's when you're going to be like, wow, I should have did more. I should have wore my mask. So just please, no matter what anybody says, please wear your mask.
And here's the deal. I don't even know what the numbers are as far as people that have taken the vaccine. And I think, I don't know if he made a decision in reference to, okay, the vaccine is here, so people will be okay. It's a done deal. I don't know. Are people still skeptical of the vaccine? I think you still have people. I think you have some people that step up to the plate and say, you know what, I'll go ahead and take it. What's the worst that they could do, possibly? I don't know. What are you hearing? What are you hearing about the vaccine?
Well, unfortunately, in my family, we had our first COVID death last week.
What?
Yes. A cousin of mine. So when that happened, and we were all taking precaution, but I think it was one of my cousins. They had went to work and got it, and so we are now all. I am advising all my family members to get vaccinated. My grandmother, who's 94 years old, she just took her second shot the other day.
94.
Brave
woman.
Yes.
I have to definitely. Brave woman to step up to 94.
Yes. Yes. And so, and I know there's a lot of skepticism with people, and people think, when older people get the shot that, that they may pass away, but there's not that much evidence out there, so that really backs that up. So it's way better to get the vaccine than it's not to get the vaccine.
And I think that's where we are right now today. People are like, okay, what's the worst thing that could possibly? I mean, I take this. I go to these restaurants.
Exactly.
And think about it, guys. You do. You go to these restaurants. You don't know what the hell they put in the food. You have no idea. So really, what's the worst that can happen? Because we ingest a lot of different things that are foreign to us.
Our air is not even that clean.
We don't know about it. So so not to jump too far from that, I think, people are actually starting to think about that twice.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and take the vaccine.
Yes.
But on top of that, you have this great guy, go and open it up. And people are like, when I saw on Facebook, people are still like, no, I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I'm not letting elected officials dictate a mandatory thing as far as it not being a thing. And I advise some businesses, listen, I know you want to be to full capacity. I know you want to be at full capacity, make your money, which you should. But you have to be smart on the process.
Yeah. Just one last thing. With government, there's always trade-offs. And so that's what these elected officials are always looking at. They're like, what's the trade-off? And the thing is, that's why we had the closing down, because it's a trade-off between life and economic. And, are you going to preserve life, or are you going to preserve the economics? And so now we have another trade-off down here in Texas. Is, well, are we going to open back up, and they are choosing economics over life. That's ultimately what it is.
I mean, not to mention it. You can speak about this, the voting rights. If you guys knew what was happening right the hell now about the voting rights all across this country, oh my gosh.
Well, because they're afraid. They're afraid of what's coming in Texas. Because 2020, what 2020 showed was, if people are unhappy with their politics, they will vote out any elected official, blue, red, no matter what, purple, green, whatever.
Yes. That's where it is. So pay attention to that, guys, towards voting rights, what they're doing to change. I think they're changing basically how we really voted in 2020. You know, we had drive-through voting. They're making it very difficult for you to do the one thing that you're allowed to do, which is vote. So play very, very close attention to the laws, to some of the things that they're undoing to make some other things underway, as far as just making it very hard for you to get to the polls to vote in this upcoming election. You're going to see. You're going to hear about it. I mean, they're making minute changes now. It's in legislation right now, but you're going to see how things really unfold. So you guys got to keep your eyes open. Keep your damn eyes open.
Yeah.
So that's what it. And listen, guys, Black History. We just celebrated Black History Month. Now we're in women's history. Shout out to all the beautiful women, to the smart women, to all the women that are doing some amazing things in the community. Yes. But Black History, it's not just one word. What is Black History?
365.
365.
Every day.
Every day. So 365 every day. So I just wanted to chime in and tell you guys that. But listen, how can people find you right now?
Well, you can find us on the Rush on the Scene YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook. We're also on anywhere you can listen to podcasts. So we're out there. You can always find us.
You can always find us. Stay tuned. Stay locked. But listen, guys, let me just tell you this. No fear, no doubt, no limits. Until the next time.